Hey guys. Alright, so in this video, we're going to go over how to make the Armour Stacker body armor. So it's going to be something like this, either on a energy shield base or some kind of evasion energy shield hybrid base, or even a pure evasion base. The crafting method is going to be the same pretty much for all the bases, all the base types. So in this video, we're going to cover how to make it from scratch pretty much. Okay, so would like to say that there is also a written guide on Reddit, so we're going to be basing our craft based on that actual written guide. So even though there is this really detailed and very definitely easy to understand written guide on Reddit that you can go check out that covers everything in detail, it's not complicated at all. All you have to do is just read the guide and you should be able to recombinate in no time, right? Okay, I'm just kidding. This is actually really kind of very detailed, and I don't think many people are going to actually get what is going on here. I don't even understand what's happening here. Anyways, this is not the actual guide we need, by the way. There is one, we need to find the one from 3.25. So I'm going to link this in the description as well. Even though this is for 3.25, the method that is used here is, how would you say it? This is the actual method we're going to use, and this actually does still work. So in this 3.25 guide, we need to go down to the section 6 in the single mod transfers. So we'll go down there real quick just to give you an overview of what we're going to do. And here we go. So there's a couple of things you need to understand with the recombinating before we get started. The first thing is, first of all, let's go take a look at the Recombinator over here. So there's two recombination methods in 3.26. There is the unpredictable method and the normal method, I guess. So the normal method, or when unpredictable recombination is not enabled, is the same method from Path of Exile 2, where if we just say, let's just grab two of these bases real quick so we can kind of see what's happening. We get to choose two different modifiers that we want to keep, or multiple, and it'll try to actually, keep these two modifiers, although the chance for success is, goes down the more you select and that kind of stuff. And this method is not the method we're going to use. This method actually does not work according to Reddit, and I've tried it a few times with, and every single time it's not really worked. But you cannot transfer these kind of NNN mods. I don't really remember what NNN means, but it's like these mods, non-natural modifiers or something. So it's not exclusive mods, so it's not stuff like Conqueror or Elder or Shaper mods, but these kind of Graspy Male mods, such as the armor is applied to overcap fire resistance, or some other modifiers on the Grasping Male. Like on this one, we have the lightning damage is extra chaos, or moving while bleeding doesn't cause you to take extra damage. These are not exclusive modifiers, but they're these kind of NNN modifiers, as they are called in this post. Basically, don't use the PoE2 method, use the unpredictable method. This is the method that you need to use to transfer the mod over. We're going to be moving the mod onto a Twilight Regalia, and in this case, I'm not actually going to do the armor or evasion overcap, because those are kind of pricey, and we're going to do things a little bit cheap, but we're going to use basically just another breach mod we're going to move over. So first thing we want to do is we want to prepare our base, because most of these bases we can buy, you can see they're item level 84 or 85. And in order to hit tier 1 modifiers for a lot of items, we need it to be at least item level 86. So the easiest way to actually get your item level up, and when you recombinate, it's going to, the item level of the item will change. It'll change by the average of both items plus 2. Right, so with this one here, it's item level 84, this one's item level 800, so it'll take the average of 84 and 100 and then give plus 2. So when we actually, let's go and try to recombinate these. Enable unpredictable recombination, there we go. Now this one's item level 84, this one's item level 100, we should get like a item level 92 or something like that. And it went on the wrong base, or item level 94. So that one didn't really work, so we'll go get another one of these. I think we can actually still use this thing, but let's just use another item level 100. And this part does start to get quite expensive when you start using, perfect quality bases and that kind of stuff. But anyways, so hopefully we get the Regalia on this one. And we didn't. Okay, hopefully we don't actually run out of bases. Okay, we have one more. Well, I mean, in the worst case scenario, we can actually just transfer the mod over to one of these other weird bases, but... Okay, and we failed every one of those. That's kind of how you would basically move the mod over. I mean, not move the mod over to increase the item level of your your base item, right? So that's how you do that. So let's actually go over to the next step, which is going to be preparing the Graspy Male base. And there's a couple things we need to do. So let's go over to the menagerie real quick. Okay, so these Graspy Males, basically what we need to do is isolate the mod we want to move over. And if it's a prefix, we want to make sure there is no other prefixes on the item. The exclusive modifiers can't transfer, so like the Elder, Shaper, Conqueror, Influence modifiers cannot be moved over with recombination. These breach mods can, and also when you do a recombination, the item needs to have one prefix, pretty much. These NNN influenced mods, so that's like the Shaper mods and that kind of stuff, cannot transfer. So if the item gets chosen, like our correct base gets chosen, we'll have a 100% chance to move over the breach mod because the item needs to have a prefix, and the only prefix that can move will be the Grasping Male mod. So first of all, let's get these ready. The best way to do these is, because Grasping Males come with quite a few mods usually, the best way is going to be to just use the Black Morrigan and split them. Or you can just use the normal split. The Black Morrigan one will probably give you a better chance of isolating the mod, but we're going to be doing things cheaper on this little project here, so we're just going to use the normal two split, right? So this one, we don't need this because this doesn't have any mods we want, and this one is... Oh, okay, perfect. So this one did actually work. It only has the one prefix with the Chayula's thing, so that's perfect. Okay, this is actually really good. And it has two suffixes, which actually is quite helpful for the next step. Anyways, let's go and do the other ones. I don't think we are going to succeed on the very first try. So we'll do this one as well. So let's just pick it up real quick and see. So these are... Oh, so this is also a Graspy Male mod on the prefix, so that's good. So we can use this. And this one it has a prefix, but we can still, wait, I don't have any space. We can probably still use this. So let's go put these ones back in here. And we'll get out some nulls. So in this case, I'm actually kind of glad this happens. So this will happen quite a bit, and you have two prefixes. And this really depends on most cases you're going to annul, and do not apply these kind of eldritch influences and use the eldritch annuls, because we are going to need to use a conqueror orb or something like that to influence the item. So if you use any of these eldritch influence items, you pretty much brick the whole craft, so don't do that. Usually the best case is to use an annul and just pray you get lucky. If at any point the Graspy Males are more expensive than a Hinocor's Lock, then probably use a Hinocor's Lock, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. So let's see. We get the life, and no, we didn't. Okay, so that will happen quite often. Just prepare yourself. Okay, so let's go and split this one as well. It's our last one. Two prefixes, both exclusive. We could use this actually, but just to make it sort of simple, we'll go ahead and remove one of them. Okay. Okay, so next we are going to need to buy some influence orbs. So we buy some exalted orbs. I think the Shaper or Elder ones are the cheapest. Yeah, so let's go and buy, let's just start off buying one. And now what we need to do is, so let's get out the Graspy Males. And let's see. So let's go with this one here. So with this one, we are going to want to exalt on a prefix with this orb. So that means there cannot be any suffixes, free suffixes on the item. Otherwise, you have a chance to exalt the suffix on. We don't want that. So that's why I was saying this one with the 2 suffixes is going to be really good. Because all we have to do then is craft on 1 suffix, and then we can exalt. See? So we could do this, and we got our Elder's prefix. Then we can do something like this. Prefixes can't be changed, right? And then we can go and scour the item. And then we have an item with 2 prefixes. One breach mod, so that would be your armor applies to armor is increased by overcap fire resistance, and then you would have some kind of conqueror mod or elder mod in this case. Right, so that is the ideal scenario. What you can do then, if you only have 1 suffix and the item is rare, is you can multi-mod. Oh, I don't think I have it unlocked. Let's go and look in Craft of Exile real quick. Okay, there we go. You can have up to 3 crafted modifiers. So now we have 2 suffixes, and then we would just craft on some kind of suffix, right? Pretty much. Let's just see. Also, if you don't have any suffixes, what you can do is, oh, actually no, you wouldn't even have to do that. You could just craft on 2 extra suffixes. Okay, but anyways, so let's go and craft on a random suffix. We'll just put some dex over here. All right, so let's just say we craft it on the dex. And then we can use our orb, right? And we'll get a prefix. And then we can just do the same thing. Prefixes can't be changed, and then scour the item. Now, if the item is magic, then you do have to do a little bit of a gamble, because we do have to regal it. We got a suffix, so that's win-win. If it's a prefix, then you can't split it anymore, so you have to just annul, pretty much. Okay, so let's try to recombinate now that we have our base. So let's go put this one back here, and let's use this base. So we just craft a suffix, right? Anything's fine. And now, when we have the unpredictable recombination active. So when we recombinate this, if it picks the crypt armor, or the base we actually want, then there is 100% chance to move over this breach mod, because it cannot. The item needs to have a prefix, right? And it cannot have this mod. And we have our Graspy Male. So that's okay, because we didn't lose our base. I mean, this would be pretty bad. So let's go ahead and remove the crafted mod. And we can just go again. So let's go and get our... let's put it on this base here. So let's make this white. All right. And then you see, if it does choose the actual your actual base, then it will be moving over the Chayla's mod, or the breach mod. Okay, so that is the hard part, not the hard part. I guess this is sort of the hard part. And then after that, basically what you would do is you would try to go for a fracture. In this case, you would probably want to fracture your breach mod. Before we do that though, I think it is a good idea to do, because you are going to need 4 modifiers on here anyways, to do the fracture. So what I like to do is, prefixes can't be changed, and then we go into harvest and reforge defense. So this you might actually get a pretty good outcome with this. Say you don't really want to pay too much money to do fracture. Well, this might actually just give you like T1 armor in this case, or energy shield or evasion. In this case, it wasn't all that good. So we're going to have to go ahead and fracture. Let's go actually make a new one from scratch. and let's say we actually hit our fracture, what we're going to be doing is, the way I craft mine is in Harvest, just reforging defense until we get T1 energy shield, pretty much. Alright, here we got tier 1. I would try to annul this, and then we would just exalt. We got the wrong one, so we'd annul again, and then try to get the right one, and then keep doing that until we actually do have, let's remove this. Okay, until we have this. So this is like making a basic one. So if you want to do an essence craft, you would have to do the suffixes first, and kind of changes how the craft would be. But in this case, we're just going to make one similar to the one I have. Okay, so once we have our prefixes done, we want to change the implicits, what do you call it, the eldritch implicits, so we can work on the suffixes. So in this case, we would have to make the Eater of Worlds greater with these eldritch things. So we'll go and put an exceptional, well, it doesn't have to be exceptional, we could just do a greater over here and then make a lesser over here. Right, so now the Searing, or the Eater of Worlds is greater. Right, and then from here, what I do is I use these annuls and exalts. You don't have to use the eldritch exalts, you can use normal exalts, whichever one's cheaper. And you just keep going, right? So you exalt, we have tier 2, right? And then try to get intelligence and a resistance. And that's pretty much all you do. Oh, we got tier 1 intelligence. So at this point, I think you can also do a prefixes can't be changed, and then augment prefixes can't be changed. And then you would go into Harvest and do augment or add remove fire, right? And then you can guarantee to get a resistance if you want. It can also remove the intelligence. I actually just don't really like to do that. I just exalt. And in that case, it didn't really work. But eventually, after many Eldritch Annuls and Exalts, you'll get an item that you will want to keep. And then you just craft on the last prefix. You do increased attributes, or you can do the ES regen, and then you have to do the implicits. Implicits, I think everyone really knows how to do, so we don't really do it that much, but it's just the Orb of Conflict shenanigans until we get a perfect aura, and then the item is done. Oh, and before you do your sockets, if you are going to do white sockets and all that kind of linking and that kind of stuff, make sure you do the heist enchant first if you're going to do that, because that has a chance to reset all of your socket stuff. Alright, so that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you make your item. But yeah, sorry, it's a little bit long. I might have rambled a bit, but hopefully this is going to help you with making your item. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.